Will the House be voting on the rule tomorrow?
Yes. Take up the rule. If we're able to pass those other 4 bills, remember we've had these posted since July, but we had some members, you remember back even before then, that would shut the floor down. We couldn't do anything. Apparently they're willing to work now, so we could have an opportunity if we pass those 5, the one we already passed plus the other 4, that'd be 72% of the discretionary spending already. The goal has always been to not allow any more omnibus. I'm proud to say we have stopped that by putting in the debt ceiling a 1% cut across the board if you don't do all 12. Remember what an omnibus is, that no bill goes through committee. All these bills have gone through committee. The Senate has now taken theirs through committee. Unfortunately, the Senate has not passed any appropriation bills. So let's get this going. Let's make sure the government stays open while we finish doing our job, passing all the individual bills and getting this done.
Do you think that the appropriation bills, passing those, might have a chance of shaking loose the votes for CR?
Well, you have to keep the government open. I mean, if people want to close the government, it only makes them weaker. Why would they want to stop paying the troops or stop paying the border agents or the Coast Guard? I don't understand how that makes you stronger. I don't understand what point you're trying to make. We got a border that's wide open today. We say it's getting worse each month under Joe Biden. We've got now border agents you saw this morning being bloodied. Why would you want to stop paying those individuals? I couldn't understand somebody that would want to do that.
But if you make the progress on the individual appropriation bills, do you think that builds momentum to help avoid that outcome?
Well, it's always been my intention, but there's always a handful of people can stop anything. That same handful stopped us earlier in the year from doing anything on the floor. They stopped us from bringing up the individual bills. Remember, back in July, we wanted to bring the ag bill up. And remember, the ag bill on the appropriation was chaired by Andy Harris, a member of the Freedom Caucus. The most conservative bill you've ever seen, and still they would not allow that to come up. And if you continue to vote against the rule for even allowing a bill to be debated, I don't quite understand that argument. That's interesting.
So if you're moving appropriations bills, sir, then have you begun talks about moving a continuing resolution as well?
Well, you've got to be able to keep government open. I mean, and when you look at what the work that the members were able to do on keeping the government open, but at the same time securing the border, I think you would find a lot of support on both sides of the aisle for that. I know across America, that's where they want to see.
Can you put a CR to a vote before the appropriations bills?
Well, we're going to first put up the rule to be able to do the appropriation bills, and then we could move to the next.
How soon could a CR be voted on then?
Well, we've got the CR working now, so we could do it at any time.
What's the plan on Ukraine funding? Obviously, you met with President Zelensky last week. There are some members in your caucus who oppose that. What are your thoughts? Is that something you would bring up for an individual vote?
That's supplemental. That's something taking up difference. I truly think we need to deal with the disasters that have happened in America. I don't understand why the president would want to tie those two together, and especially why the president would want to ignore the American border. I would want to deal with that
Speaker
first.
McCarthy, if the Senate passes a bill to fund the government for a short period of time with no spending cuts that includes a supplemental for Ukraine and disaster aid, would you put it on the floor?
I'd be shocked if the Senate passed anything. They were supposed to pass any appropriation bills for the last 3 weeks. They haven't passed one. So your hypothetical is always interesting to me. If the Senate did something, did the Senate do anything when it came to the debt ceiling? No, they totally ignored everything. Did the Senate do anything about securing the border? No, they've ignored that, where the House has passed a bill to secure the border and the Senate won't bring it up. Has the Senate done anything for our children's education so our parents have a right, a Parents' Bill of Rights? The House have passed. The Senate has done nothing. Has the Senate done anything to lower the price of gas in America? No. Why? In the House, we've been able to pass H.R. 1 to make energy in America energy independent, but also lower the price of energy in America, and they have ignored it. So you can continue to ask me anything, what if the Senate, I don't care what the issue is, I have not seen the Senate take any actions on the things that America cares most about. Inflation, lowering the cost of energy in America, letting the parents have a say in their kids' education. They continue to stop that movement. And when the House passes appropriation bills, they still have not been able to do any of that either.
So do you believe you can pass a CR and send it to the Senate before?
Look, I'm a believer in everything, yeah. I never give up. Thank you all.
When would you guys vote on the CR?